What up? What up? I'm back again. Um, you know, these are a lot of chapters, so I don't never want to speed through it. You got what I'm saying? Um, this segment will be in the chapter 13. How did you like 12? How did you like 11? And if you just catching up, go to the Love and Respect Experience page. Just keep scrolling. You'll get to the first one. It's called the introduction. You know what I mean? And for it to all make sense, you will probably need to start at the beginning. Catch yourself up, you know. First I want to say this, like, share, comment. I am the nasty pastor. I'm gonna take this moment, share something with y'all. Life been beautiful. It been a lot of obstacles, you know, for some reason. People think when men are divorced, life's supposed to be rough on them. Like, your wife and you supposed to, you know, not pick yourself up and keep it moving. And see, the world makes it hard on a man unless that particular man is in a circle that feel that they can judge every divorce. The only person that can judge your divorce, and I'm gonna say persons that can judge your divorce in the spiritual world, the spiritual reality, whom you pray to. The next person in this reality, this flesh reality right here, is a judge. So the stuff you hear from your peers, and I'm gonna go as deep to say your family, I'm gonna do you like this, because I'm gonna put it to you this way. There should be nothing my mama ever say out her mouth. My mama been married 3 times. Got me? You feeling me? My brother been married twice. You feeling me? First marriage ain't last number 6 months because he a what? A hoe. And I'm going to call him a hoe because I know he a hoe. You got what I'm saying? We done? I sat there and I said that on his wedding day. I was his best man and I told him, why you even doing this? This ain't going to last number 6 months. And show mess 6 months on his way out the door because he cheating at work. So to ever open your mouth up about me is to kill yourself. You understand me? Yeah, it was a up and down marriage. You feel me? It was up and down. I showed some things in me that I ain't gonna say kept hidden. I tried to kept chained up. You know what I mean? But some people can push that button. You know what I mean? And you let it out. You let it. You got what I'm saying? You let it out knowingly or unknowingly. You feel me? And see, the thing about a lot of these women out here, and I'm going to say this again, I think I'm going to keep saying it until I'm finished. This ain't to bash you. This to educate you. Stop having a pity party after stuff don't go your way. See, most of you women feel that you God's gift to man. And I'm going to tell you like this, yeah, you are. But don't you think that men are God's gift to women. So don't you think there's an equal in the genders? Don't you? See, you can go out here, date women, and show men it don't matter. Men have showed women, I'll go date a man. So women don't matter. Science has showed you, I will make it where that we can have artificial insemination and make a baby. And it can happen without a woman. You feel me? Because see, at first, they needed to take a man's sperm, freeze it for however long. But when somebody come in and they say, I want to have a child this way, they put that sperm in a needle, shoot it up in her egg. You understand what I'm saying? By now, there's eggs just sitting. You understand what I'm saying? There are women eggs just sitting. You feel me? So I'm gonna tell you like this, and this go to the world. I don't care if you're in Africa, I don't care if you're in Europe, Asia, I don't care where you at. You need to understand the gift in you to understand the gift in others. Because see, I meant this, and it just don't go for sex. You got what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel cheated. I feel robbed. Because I know who I am and I know who my heart. I know my heart. I know whom I pray to know my heart. You feel me? Anywho, once again, I'm going to say this. Let's like, share, and comment. You know what I mean? This the Nasty Pastor. Where we left off, chapter 12, so we're going to get into chapter 13. And what we're reading from is the Love and Respect Experience by Dr. Emerson Edgar Riches. Chapter 13, the title of it is Those Who Pray Together Learn to Love and Respect Together. That's huge. That's big, you know what I mean? Because I will say when we started praying together, we started watching our tongue. I'm not going to say actions, well, actions in front of each other, let me put it that way, was respectful. I don't know what was going on after she died that door. I can only tell you how I was respecting her after I died at that door. You feel me? But in the presence, when we started, praying together, you know what I mean? And it got to the point we all would sit at the table as a family, eat dinner, pray. It was respect, you know what I mean? It was some respect. I could see that things was changing, but I also could tell that some people do things for a time just to say I did it. It's a dog and puppy show, just to say I did it. You feel me? I done did some stuff in my marriage, you know what I mean? Just to say I did it so I ain't gotta hear them off later. You feel me? Anywho, the verse comes from Luke 18:1. Then he spoke a parable to them that men always ought to pray and not lose heart. Ought to pray. Always should pray. Us men should always, peep this right quick. I'm taking you back to Only Faith Ministries, but if my theory is correct and we fail with Satan, that means the men, it probably was more men. Let me say it the right way. It was probably more gods following Satan than it was women. You follow goddesses. You understand me? Or it was an equal number of gods and goddesses. And if you remember my last reading, I think that was what, chapter 22 of Revelations, if that was the last chapter, it tells you right there. Revelation was what my understanding I got out of it. The meal I got out of it. The fruit I got out of it. It's talking to men, not man, men, gods, Gods, gods. Understand me? So, I ain't telling you to be a chump, to be a Willie Lump Lump. And I'm going to take the name Willie from off the front, because my brother named Willie, he ain't no lump lump. But don't be a lump lump. You understand me? Stand up for yourself. Speak for yourself. Yeah, we all a sucker for our women. We all a sucker for our women because, see, they spoiled by nature. Two things I can put my hand on. They're gay by nature. They're spoiled by nature. You understand what I'm saying? Because, see, they feel that they are, and I'm going to change the word feel to know. They know they are a gift to man. But see, if you ain't got no oomph about yourself, and you don't know how to talk that talk and walk that walk, and you don't have that what it just said in chapter 12, perception. See, I know I'm that you understand what I'm saying? I know I'm that seasoning on that steak. You got what I'm saying? See, let me break that analogy down to you. Every man out here ain't me. Feel me? We may look alike, walk alike, talk alike, but see, I'm that seasoning you get from this special store that you ain't gonna tell nobody about. Cause see, when you have your barbecues, your little cookouts and stuff like that, you want them to, you know what I mean? You don't want that, you don't want your steak that tastes like nobody else's steak that they have ever been to, cause you want them to talk about that barbecue, right? Good, that meat, yeah. Anywho, let's go and get back into chapter 13. In the introduction to this book, I made a big deal out of warning you and your spouse about praying at each other while having devotions. As a blue, I can attest this is not something I enjoy. And I think my blue brethren will agree. In fact, as I researched this book, I learned that prayer is problematic for a lot of couples. Results from thousands of our research questionnaires reveal that 55% of married couples do not pray together. When I asked husbands and wives why, here's what I heard. That's what, you know, you see the number 55, and you might say, they're almost about equal. But you see that that 5 towards the leaning towards the not praying together. That become a virus. That become contagious. You know, men get around men, and man, I ain't got time for praying. And it go in that ear, whether you really standing on it right then and there, it's in your memory. It's right in your memory. And when something is toxic, a toxic chemical eats on you, eats on you, and eats on you, and eats on you. So all that you had in you about praying begins to wither away. And it does what to your marriage? Wither away. But let's go and listen to what these couples had to say about not praying. It just doesn't seem to work for my husband and me. It's awkward somehow. We try now and then, but then get discouraged and give up. So, I don't know these people. So I'm not going to sit there and say they don't go to church. Because there's people I know go to church, don't pray. They don't. They just sit up in there as a token, as a novelty piece on Sundays. Ain't learning nothing. Ain't heard nothing. You know what I mean? So you have to continuously put an effort in it. And then you have to find prayers that fit you. You know that when you hear it, you know it relates to you. You know these are the things that you want to ask of. You know, the next one is, to be honest, I don't feel comfortable praying with my wife. I love her dearly, but I don't like being preached at doing prayer together. So, what does that mean? That second one I read, what you married couples out there, what you getting out there? It don't matter if you're a man or a woman. What you got out there? Because see, what I got out there is a person. Because see, it don't say whether it's a man or a woman saying this. Well, it does, because it said praying with my wife. So the wife, if the prayer don't sound right, if the prayer ain't beginning right, let's start over. So if the prayer ain't that after the prayer over, it's some words being said, right? But see, this is not a thinking man. Because see, me, what I would have said, tomorrow, you do it. You lead. You show me how to do this. You guide us out this turmoil. Let me see you do it. You feel me? You go research the right prayer, since I ain't doing it right. And see, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I know I wouldn't have said it this way, because we're dealing with a spiritual being I owe my life to. I owe it to. So the way I would have said it would have been way more nicer than that. But come on, let's keep this moving. While the bad news is that 55% of the couples we surveyed are not praying together, the good news is that 45% are having prayer together as love and respect couples. But that's not all. Our research shows that couples who pray together are more apt to reap all kinds of benefits, including better and more frequent communication, going on dates more frequently, and having sex more frequently. See, what we just said about the sex thing, you know what I mean? If you're going on back to chapter 12 for a reading, you'll get what I was saying about the sex, you know what I mean? Go to chapter 12 and chapter 11. Start at 11, go to 12, because I think there's some things in both of them about that. And see, one thing I learned about women, if they ain't being treated nice, then they ain't getting wet for you. Nah. They ain't even gonna come up and rub on you. They ain't even gonna want you to touch them. They will put it this way. I ain't gonna even say marriage. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say marriage. You ever been in a relationship or a marriage where that from day one your woman sleep naked, but the day you mess up, got on full, man, look, got on a scully, socks, 50 pair of bloomers, 50 pair of bras? That's how it go, man. You know what I mean? That's just how it go. You know, people push that happy wife, happy life. I tell people a lot too, it go both ways. Happy husband, happy life. You know what I mean? You gotta keep me happy too. So if you understand your worth, your woman understands her worth, then come on. Don't y'all meet in the middle? Learn to agree to disagree? Don't y'all meet in the middle? Don't it? Do benefits like these prove that prayer is a magic bullet? Of course not. Anyone who has done much praying at all knows that you don't pray because of the guaranteed benefits. Nonetheless, when you pray with faith, interesting things often do happen. One wife wrote to tell me that it made her brain hurt trying to explain why one rebellious child comes to the Lord and the other does not. Why one person is cured of cancer and the other is not. But now she has a different approach. Her letter continues. However, this year I have been blessed in many, many ways as I have turned my heart toward God. There are days filled with uncertainty, but when I look at the past year as a whole, there is an unmistakable guiding presence as I walk in obedience as a child of God. See, start taking whom she prayed to serious. Whom you pray to is your all-seeing eye. And know your heart. Know if it belongs to whom you pray to. Know if it belongs to whom you pray to firstborn, Satan. You can't fool. You making fool Boo-Boo the fool, Juju the fool, Wendy the fool, but you can't fool whom you pray to. You can't do that. That's your maker. Made you. So to lie, to BS it, to play around with it, you ain't doing nothing but crucifying yourself. Because in your last days, you're a dead soul. And you're going straight into that fire. What I hear her saying is that prayer always works, but not necessarily as she would like. She knows God always answers prayer, sometimes with a yes, sometimes with a no, and often with a wait a while. These three answers we all receive to our prayers coincide with what I teach. In marriage, we are bound to have troubles at least 20% of the time or more. If we pray only for benefits, when those 20% of troubles arrive, we may foolishly think that somehow God is letting us down and that being faithful in prayer isn't worth it. Over the years, Sarah and I have sought to obey Jesus' command to pray, not for the benefits, but simply because he calls us to pray. The deepest theological and practical reason for praying is to do so in obedience to Jesus' command to pray. Yes, we struggle, as do you, in learning to balance his promise to grant whatever we ask in his name against the need to act according to his will. Nonetheless, we have seen him work in remarkable ways after we pray. Yes, I know the skeptics can say that any answer we get is simply a coincidence, but we reply that when we pray, favorable coincidences after favorable coincidences happens. And when we do not pray, far fewer favorable coincidences happen. See, praying puts you close to whom you pray to. You know, put you close to your maker. You can talk to your spouse every day. You talk to your kids, you talk to your mama, you talk to your daddy, your brother, but you don't talk to whom you pray to. Why? Why you don't talk to your maker? See, your mama is a vessel to carry you, to nurture you. You got what I'm saying? Your daddy is the one that ignite the fuel to make you. Here, you know. Well, let me rephrase that. A man's sperm is made from whom we pray to. A man's sperm travels to an egg and produces a child. You feel me? You get me? Now, in this reality, your mama and your daddy your maker. But if you a spiritual person, a praying person, a God-fearing person, you know you're a maker. The maker of this world, our creator, as I said again, is your maker. I see my mama and my dad as my nurturer. Nurturer. You feel me? So as you continue to love and respect the experience of having devotions together, let me encourage you to keep praying and to not lose heart. As you pray together, you will truly learn to love and respect together. And it won't just be a coincidence. I like this one. I like chapter 13. Yeah. I like that. Chapter 13 went a little smooth. I liked it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna talk too much at the end. I am gonna ask you again to like, share, and comment. You know what I mean? I am gonna let you know once again, I am the nasty pastor. I really am. Just as nasty as I can be. You know? Let's love each other. First of all, let's love ourselves. That's number one. Let's love ourselves. It's gonna be a hot summer. It's gonna be a lot of temptation out there to you married men. See, I ain't married no more. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting to see him come out with some dental floss on. I'm waiting on it. I'm gonna, look for like 10 seconds, move on to the next one, look at her for 10 seconds, move on to the next one, look at her for 10 seconds, and I'm gonna go in the house, lay down and have some happy thoughts and go to sleep. In my prayer, thank whom I pray to, thank you for waking me up this morning, because you done put another blessing in a blessing. But look, watch yourself this summer. Get back to speaking to the youth about our food, about our water. If you ever want to know what's moving in your city, in your county, if your water off, and when I say off, I'm not talking about cut off. Your water tastes funny, it ain't right, the food you're getting out your grocery stores ain't right, then you got the little devil minions in your presence. And they're here to kill us. Yeah? So be mindful, stay watchful, and stay out the mess. I'm out. I love you.